Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a Kabbalistic a monthly tarot horoscope for December 2017. And I'm going to use my Kabbalistic tarot cards for that. And this is for you coming from Libra. So let me quickly shuffle these cards. And the first card that I pull will have to do with your first 15 days and what happens. Is really not a good card. Let's start with your area of romance. If you get a new romance in the first 15 days of December, worry a lot. It's going to come with a person who is dominating, who is stubborn, who is very secretive and very emotional. Whoa, that's a whole load of problems. And if you still want to keep that romance, you'll have to bend backwards because it may be an early start of a problem in the first 15 days and you may want to give it a chance. So you'll have to bend backwards and have your tolerance levels up to 70% at least. And that way you'll help it to survive. And then wait to see later in this program how your last 15 days are going to go. Now if you have an ongoing romance, it's going to again produce all this stubbornness and some secretiveness is going to either be popping out either because of you or either because of your romance partner. There is a problem. And communications and emotional areas are all wrapped up. And so if you value your ongoing romance, you'll have to really work hard to the tune of 70% to keep it going. If you are married, there will be difficulties in your marriage to the level of 70% in the last 15 days. And they also show in your first 15 days. And they also show financial issues going wrong, and that can be a target to get your romance or also your marriage under pressure in the last 15 days. Difficulties in getting things together. There is also a danger of past instances of problems that are going to be also bringing about pressure on either you or your marriage partner in the first 15 days. So it's you who is listening to me. So if you care for your romance areas or your marriage areas, try to be very tolerant as much as you can. Remind yourself it's only for 15 days that this message is for. And day by day it will pass. If you retaliate, it will go to the breaking point. Now in your area of job, your job is not very secure for you coming from Libra in the first 15 days. Your bosses are not agreeable with you. Hidden enemies, meaning that some of your colleagues or superiors may have hidden agendas against you. And then emotional tie-ups are also seen of your behavior or the behavior from others. This message is for you listening to me, so you can be the victim of all these things in your job area in the first 15 days. So if you value your job, you'll definitely not want to dominate, you'll definitely not want to be stable, to be arrogant, you'll definitely not want to show your temper, and don't get into secret instances with the people you work with as well. If you have a business, you're going to be having difficulties how to finance that business, how to cope with the expansion that's required of you, how to cope with differences of opinion which can become very emotional. So at 70% your job can be, your business can be under pressure. So you are going to have difficulties to even get bank assistance from what I can see. So try to do your best. Tell yourself it's only 15 days. I've got to stay afloat if I want to keep this contract from these people who are troubling me. And for 15 days, try your best and negotiate out of this position, buy time, and you'll be able to be all right. But there is up to 70% problems in your business area, I can tell you. Let me pull the second card, which will have to do with your last 15 days. But before that, I want to tell you that I'm already Skyping horoscopes, and I'm charging USD 50 for a 90-minute Skype session with me, which will be based on your date of birth and time of birth and looking at your palms and face reading you, and you even using Kabbalistic Tarot in the 90 minutes. But I'll talk to you more about that later. Your last 15 days regarding your romance for you are at best 50-50. There is more tolerance from your romance partner and from you, but there is more instigation of things erupting suddenly and unexpectedly into a fight, a quarrel, or just tension of ego. Well, if you value your romance very much, you'll have to really bend backwards to accommodate all the trouble coming from your romance partner. If you do find a new romance, it's going to come loaded with 50% problems. That's a lot. And then you'll have to repair a lot of it. So do some double checking of the new romance who wants to enter into your life. And if you think that you should need more time before engaging in the romance, do so. It would be a good idea in the first 15 days to remain as friends and not dive into the romance area so quickly. If you are married, then you're going to have difficulties up to about 70% regarding the last 15 days. There is only one solitary issue here that's keeping you afloat. And these are Kabbalistic cards that show planetary signs and signs of planets. And there's one planet referred to as a planet called Saturn, who is going to help you a lot in the last 15 days and help you do well, also in romance and also in marriage areas. So you have that 50% to your favor. Now work hard for the next 50% to try your own character. Don't show anger, don't show arrogance. Try to be the best you can in your romance, marriage areas, and you'll be able to handle your last 15 days well enough. Okay? Well enough. Now let's go to your job area. And your job area says that the continuity is there in your last 15 days. So you're not going to lose a job. You may have conflict with your colleagues or with your bosses. Well, it's you listening to me and say, since you have only 50% good favor to yourself of being hold on to the job, you don't want to risk by showing your temper or your arrogance. So work hard, be conducive in terms of wanting to help everybody at your place of work so you can get support as well. And in business as well, you will see that you are able to cope very well and attract new businesses. Yes, and these businesses in the long term are good that you're going to get in the last 15 days. But there's so much competition, there's so much difficulty. You might have to promise heaven on earth, and be careful what you promise, because later on in these 15 days, you may already find that you are not able to cope with what you have promised. So something good comes your way in business, be careful, it may be too hot to handle or too big to handle. Okay? Now, I'm going to use both cards for the month of December to talk to you about your health, you coming from Libra. And so what do I find in terms of Libra for you? Now, there's a lot of fire from this card, so I worry of allergies to the skin or sinusitis or to your eyes or to your breathing areas. And so tell yourself that the possibility of allergies is going to occupy me for the month of December. The second thing I worry about is your arteries, because this fire, so much fire in this card is showing that. And so some danger of your artery problems are also seen here. And so go and see the relevant doctors about your health. Now, as I said, I'm already Skyping, and it's all for your next 5 or 6 years. So based on your date of birth and time of birth and looking at your palms and face reading you and using Kabbalistic tarot card, I will concentrate on your 5 or 6 or sometimes 7 years to see where you are heading and how to cope with it and how to improve it. Well, until then, well, go to Facebook, go to Skype, contact me, or send me an email. Let's make the contact, let's finalize, ask me the questions you want, and let's get your next 5 or 6 years as best as I can for you. Until then, thank you and good luck.